Right now at 4, the Department of Justice giving a judge the green light to unseal details of the search warrant for former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. Happening moments ago. Hello, good afternoon, everybody. The FBI search leading to a trove of boxes being taken out of Trump's home.
And it could be just a matter of time before we know what they took. 7's Joe Rotes is live in the Plex with the announcement. Joe.
The United States Attorney General saying he personally approved the search warrant for Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence. Today announcing the DOJ has filed a motion to unseal that warrant. The motion filed in court right here in South Florida. Well, now they're waiting on the former president's attorneys to reply and decide if they want to keep those documents sealed.
Since I became Attorney General, I have made clear that the Department of Justice will speak through its court filings and its work.
U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland speaking publicly for the first time Thursday afternoon since FBI agents conducted a raid on former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago home earlier this week.
First, I personally approved the decision to seek a search warrant in this matter. Second, the department does not take such a decision lightly.
Garland saying the Department of Justice typically doesn't comment on ongoing investigations, but with the former president speaking out publicly about this search, the FBI has filed a motion to allow Trump's warrant to be unsealed.
The former president publicly confirmed the search that evening, as is his right. Copies of both the warrant and the FBI property receipt were provided on the day of the search to the former president's counsel, who was on site during the search. The search warrant was authorized by a federal court upon the required finding of probable cause.
Garland saying the DOJ and the FBI performed this search by the book as new details over what was retrieved from the former president's Florida residence come to light. CNN reporting that federal investigators served a grand jury subpoena and took away sensitive national security documents from the property back in June. But they had developed evidence, including from a source, that there were potentially classified documents still remaining at the Palm Beach, Florida property months after the National Archives arranged for the retrieval of 15 boxes of documents that included classified information.
I didn't even know there was a safe at Mar-a-Lago, and I was the chief of staff for 15 months. So this would be someone who was handling things on day-to-day, who knew where documents were. So that would be somebody very close inside the president. My guess is there's probably 6 or 8 people who had that kind of information.
Upholding the rule of law means applying the law evenly, without fear or favor. Under my watch, that is precisely what the Justice Department is doing.
During his announcement, the Attorney General also speaking to the rise in threats against law enforcement since the search. In an online forum dedicated to Trump, the phrase lock and load was one of the top comments posted. Another post said Attorney General Merrick Garland, quote, needs to be assassinated. Simple as that. One user posted, kill all feds.
The men and women of the FBI and the Justice Department are dedicated, patriotic public servants. Every day, they protect the American people from violent crime, terrorism, and other threats to their safety.
That reaction to the rise in threats against law enforcement, specifically the FBI, comes as just this morning the FBI says a man armed with a nail gun and an AR-style rifle arrived at a Cincinnati, Ohio field office, prompting a standoff that resulted in gunfire. That man at last check was not in custody. And just moments ago, former President Donald Trump seeming to reply to all of this on his social media platform, writing, "My attorneys and representatives were cooperating fully and very good relationships had been established. The government could have had whatever they wanted if we had it. They asked us to put an additional lock on a certain area. Done. Everything was fine, better than that of most previous presidents. And then out of nowhere, with no warning, Mar-a-Lago was raided." We're live in the Newsplex. Joe Rotes, 7 News.